Back to the channel. James here. Got another project for you guys this evening. Got my 2002 Sierra back in the shop again. Going to be doing a little bit of modification to the ride height today. Getting ready for a show coming up. Got a little bit over a week until LS Fest East up in Bowling Green, Kentucky. It's going to be a good old time, so we're getting ready for that. I actually entered the truck into the car show this year. Now I know it's no fine specimen to look at, nothing crazy going on. It's a mostly stock truck with a few minor cosmetic upgrades, nothing crazy, but should be a whole lot of fun regardless. So we're going to be doing a little bit of an upgrade with the suspension today. Going to be changing the ride height, doing a leveling kit, but not in the conventional sense. I'll show you more on that once we get into it. Most leveling kits that you see for any pickup truck that is going to be a small, typically about a 2-inch spacer that goes in the front suspension to raise the front end, and I'm going to be doing the exact opposite of that today. Rather than raising the front, I'm going to be lowering the rear about 2 to 3 inches. I've got a set of 3-inch drop shackles. We're going to be putting those on. They are slightly used. A buddy of mine was using them on his truck for a while. Decided to do an axle flip, so he's no longer needing those, and I figured, hey, it's free parts, might as well. But got some new and some slightly used parts behind the camera over here. So I'm gonna get all that laid out and walk you through what we're gonna be doing today. All right, guys, we've got all those parts laid out here. There's not a whole lot to it today. I've got the drop shackle here. These are a Beltec brand. I got these off of a buddy. You can see they are slightly used, but nothing wrong with them. Those bushings are still perfectly intact. So they should be just fine. Also got some new hardware for those just in case we run into any issues with that. And then here we have the shocks. I decided to go with the Beltec Nitro Drop 2, and the rear ones are a 2 to 4-inch drop, as we are going to be lowering it about 3 inches today. And I'll go over that a little bit more in depth on why you would want to do something like that when you are lowering your suspension. So without further ado, I'll get the truck up on the lift and we'll get started. All right, as you can see, I've got the truck up on the lift, got the wheels off. Starting to look around here at the rear just to show you what we're doing here. As you can see, this is the rear shock, and it does have a coil over it. This is going to be a overload spring. The truck in its previous life was a work truck used for a flooring company, so I'm sure this truck was loaded down quite often. So this was quite helpful in that scenario. However, in its new lease on life that it has now, as me being the owner, that is no longer needed. So we are going to be replacing these, as we don't need that overload spring, as this truck isn't going to be seeing a whole lot of weight in the bed. And we are going to be putting in a shock that is designed for a 2 to 4-inch drop. And the reason that you are going to want to do something like that if you are changing the ride height is because this upper shaft here on the end of this rod has a valve, or a piston with valves in it, that allow the usually nitrogen, which is inside of these canisters, to flow back and forth in a controlled manner to keep the vehicle from bouncing like a ball when you hit bumps in the road. So when you do a one like mine where it is designed for a drop, that changes where that valve sits inside of the canister. Just makes it a lot better for when you are changing ride height. If you're keeping it stock height, then that's something that you don't even need to worry about. Just order a direct replacement fitment, and you should be all good to go. So without further ado, I am going to get the camera set up and get to work. So running into our first issue here. Good thing I did get those bolts, as this truck does have an aftermarket hitch mount here. This bolt is running straight into it, so we are just probably going to cut that bolt since I do have some new ones, and then send it back in from the other side. That way we don't have to worry about that issue anymore. So this is getting a little bit sketchy up on the lift. What I am going to do is I'm going to lower the truck down quite a bit. That way it's not so sketchy above my head while I'm trying to push up on the axle and not push the truck off the lift. All right, now that we've got the truck a lot lower, a lot safer, we'll go in here with a jack right underneath the differential. Try not to beat the shit out of the bumper, and just raise the rear slightly. You're gonna wanna keep checking these bolts, see when they lose their tension. So I'll be right back with a cutting utensil to get that bolt out. All right, here we go. All right, Sawzall wasn't working so well, so we're trying something else. And there she goes. All right, so these bolts give me a run for my money right now. They're proving to be the most pain in the ass part of this whole process. One was blocked by the aftermarket hitch mount, and now the top one's being blocked by the frame. Raised the whole rear leaf spring up over the frame rail to try to slide that bolt out. I've got it about halfway out. Now I'm pinned against the frame, and the leaf spring is against the floor of the bed, so I can't go any higher on that. Right now I'm just hoping I can push it out with a punch the rest of the way. There we go. Just like that. Just a little tappy tap. And drop shackle is out. Getting ready to start going back together here on this side. I just wanted to show you guys real quick the comparison between the stock mount and the drop shackle that we are going with. As you can see, it is a pretty significant difference there. It should be roughly about 3 inches, I believe is what I measured. I've just finished up on the passenger side. I was reviewing some footage there and realized my dumbass never turned a light on. If you look all the way back in the darkest part of this hole back here is where we're working, and you guys can't see anything. So I'm gonna adjust here, turn some light on. Hopefully that gives you a better view of what I'm doing in here. That lower bolt is blocked on the inside by the aftermarket hitch mount, so we are gonna have to cut that bolt. And the top bolt isn't that fun to get out either. So I might be able to show you guys a little bit better on this side on what we gotta go through to get that bolt out. And the engineer that decided that this bolt should have a shallow head, fuck you. over there, so we're going to use the 21mm hammer on this. And that's all we've got, so we're going to go ahead and cut that bolt. Oh, don't forget, safety squints on. Don't want to be putting your eye out doing this stuff. And I shut the lights off on me. And done with that one. Free. Now we're just going to keep jacking this axle up until that leaf spring bottoms out against the floor of the bed. It's going to be as far as we can take it, and then we can slip that top bolt out just above the frame rail, and there we go. Drop shackle is removed. So we're just going to go in with the next one. Go ahead and get up top with our bolt, ready to slip it in. Run up the bracket. Try not to eat the bolt. Alright, and then again, as we are lowering this, we're going to try to keep it lined up. Alright, that's going to be right where we need it. Get our other new bolt. And slip it back in the opposite direction because we can't get it back in through the other side. And there we go. Bolts are in. So we're going to get it back up on the lift. This is going to be a lot easier to work while I'm not laying on my back on the ground here. Alright, getting right into it here. So one thing that's going to help is this screw jack here. It's going to take the weight off of the strut and the suspension and help lift this up to where I'm not fighting anything to come out. If you're doing this on the ground without a lift, you can still do the same thing. Just lift up the rear axle with a jack. And it doesn't take much. You don't have to lift too high. But we can see there that that is loose and not being held in place anymore. There's one. See, that bolt just comes right out without having weight or anything binding there, preventing us from sliding that right out. Just like that, shock is out. All right, I believe that's gonna do it. Let's try to get our bolts in. Maybe not quite. A little bit more. We are right there. We are so close, it's not even funny here. like that. Just had to thread it in and force that bolt to line up everything. The bolt does go the other way, so I'm gonna flip that back around. And there we go. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. I'll come back and tighten these when I'm done with that. All right, where'd my wrench go? I'm at my 21mm hammer. Go ahead and zap these nuts out, hopefully. Got rust in my eyes. Should have had my safety squints on. All right, there's our second nut. So same process, we're just gonna start to lift up on this side over here. Actually, I might go a little bit further to the outside, might give us a little bit better leverage and not be in our way as much. Actually, it's looking like we're not going to be able to get to that sweet spot just due to the lateral tension of this rear suspension. One side is going to be lower than the other now, so I might just have to tap this one out. And then we're just going to unscrew it the rest of the way with the impact. And there we go. Now we'll get that top bolt out. And there's shock 2. Got that second shock ready to go in. Go ahead and put the top in. Bolt is in. Now we're gonna go ahead and cut our strap while that's dropping. Try to find our bolt. There it is. And just in time, got it in place. Perfect. Sometimes this stuff goes easy. Not always, not often, but sometimes it can be just as easy as that. All right. Once I find my other nut, I'm gonna go back through here and get all these bolts tightened up. All right, as you can see, I've been working here on the front passenger side. I got the old strut removed, went to put the new one in and ran into a pretty bad issue here. This shock is gonna be about an inch too short, so I am gonna have to put the old ones back in, maybe return these, see if I can get a different size. But you can see here that new strut is installed inside of that spring. I do have a jack underneath the knuckle here, lifting up to collapse that spring as much as I possibly can. And looking under here, you can see I'm not even on the lift anymore, and there's no tires on this truck. It's just on the lift. I don't really want to try to lift anymore, and not that it would do me any good, because this is at full ride height, as low as I can get it. So that might just end our project up for the night after I put that factory strut back in. So not everything tonight went as planned. We weren't able to get those front struts swapped out with the new ones. However, that's okay, because that was more of a bonus part of this project. I am going to return those. I might swap them out for a different set if I can find the ones that are the correct length. I even looked back at the listing from where I ordered them, and it does show that they should fit a stock ride height vehicle. However, I just proved that that was not the case. They were a little bit too short. So hopefully I might be able to find something else in time. I've only got about 8 days before LS Fest. If not, we'll just deal with it later. But I am very pleased with the outcome of this project. Looking at the truck over here, you can see much lower in the rear, looks the same in the front. There's actually only a 1/4 of an inch difference. The rear is still ever so slightly higher, but that's perfectly all right. That's how a truck should be technically, but it definitely does look a lot better. I'm real happy with it. And that's going to be a wrap for today's video. Unfortunately, was not able to get those front struts exchanged. I did get them returned, but could not get anything else in time
sure you can tell by the windshield decal. LS Fest has came and passed. Took the whole family out there. Even my niece came for the second or third year in a row. She loves it also. It's fun for the whole family, whether you're into drifting, drag racing, autocross, burnout, car show, whatever. There's something for everybody there. If you haven't made it up there already, I highly recommend it. I'm sure you can tell by the audio, but I also bought a new microphone, so let me know how that audio is sounding for you guys. Testing it out for the first time here. I've been having some connectivity issues, so let me know how it sounds on your end. If you'd like me to go back to the old setup, or if this is an improvement in any sort of way. But that's going to do it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one.